No can be one of the most important and powerful words that anyone can have the courage to say. And a question that came up recently on Sunday Night Teacher Talk that I didn't have the chance to get into was, I've gotten better at saying no to preserve my time and energy. But let's say a parent wants me to do something that's important to them. Is that a time that I should push myself and sacrifice? I made a whole other video on why I think teachers should learn to say no more often, and I'm going to link that in the description below. That's probably a good place to start or a good place to go to after this, because I'll give the whole backstory on what I mean by that. But my short answer with regards to parents or anyone else in this matter is no. I don't do sacrifice unless it is for God, my kids, or my wife. Everybody else can wait, and I want to tell you why. If you have a class where your kids won't sit down, won't be quiet, won't participate, or don't do the work, we're having a workshop that you need to be a part of tonight. February 29th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are rolling out a workshop focused on creating captivating lessons, like the how-to. So whether that's a class you're having trouble with, or it's a certain subject matter that you're struggling to figure out how to make come alive, we're gonna help you unlock your own potential to take your ordinary to extraordinary, and to make lessons that you love teaching and kids love learning from. You can click the link in the description below, and if you can't make it live or you're seeing this after the fact, you can still purchase the workshop and watch the recording. Hope we see you there. Now back to your video. This has a lot to do with like self-knowledge and self-awareness. I know that when I push too far and I say yes to too many things, one, that means I have to say no to other things. I know that giving to one thing abundantly often means that I have to say no or not give as abundantly to other things I've committed to. And if I'm pushing myself to the point of sacrifice for someone else, the person I'm helping and everyone else that comes into contact with me afterwards is getting a lesser version of me. So if I've had parents, and this has happened to me before, a parent wants me to tutor their kid, but the kid has football or basketball practice after school. So they need to come after practice, which means that practice doesn't get done till 6. I get to school at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. That means I am now 12 and a half hours into my day before that student can even show up. Then I sit with them for 45 minutes, an hour, then I still have to drive home. Then my kids, my number one responsibility in the world, are getting a lesser version of me. My wife gets a lesser version of me. Anything I was giving myself to after that gets a lesser version of me. When we put on these workshops, my wife and I often work very long days, like from the time we get up till the time that we go to bed. And I know that I have to pad in time after the workshop is done to be able to recoup from that. So there's several days after that I am depleted and I need to fill back up. And so someone surprising me with some sort of sacrifice, it just doesn't work. But what do you do instead? Let's talk about that. The fact of the matter is that there is nothing I can think of that a parent or a student or an administrator would need from me that is so urgent that I would need to sacrifice any of my time or energy or attention. There's nothing that can't be put off to a more convenient time where everyone is going to get the best version of me, where we're not squeezed for time, where we're not crushing it in between 2 periods. Can I have this really quick conversation with you, or whatever it is? Because really, if you think about it, if you are feeling rushed by a kid or a parent or an administrator or someone in leadership, that urgency is usually meant they need you to work faster so that they feel better about whatever the problem is. It has nothing to do with solving the problem in and of itself. It's just, I want to feel better about this. My kid is failing right now. My kid doesn't understand this right now. I feel like a lesser parent maybe. My boss is telling me, so I need you to do this now so that I can get back to them. And I'm not even trying to play that game. Now, the one exception I can see some urgency around a parent reaching out or a student reaching out, let's say for grades, has been in the past when someone has a football game tonight or a basketball game tonight, but they're failing your class and they did all this makeup work. So can you please grade all this so that I can play tonight? And I'll tell you, my flat out answer is typically no, especially if a student's been slacking. If you've been coming to that class with your head down and refusing to do work, and then you want to hand me a pile of to-do, it's immediately a to-do. However, I'm not trying to crush your dreams here. What I will tell kids and parents alike is that, listen, my day is completely full. I pack in my day purposefully. However, if I do find time, if something lets up, if someone doesn't show up for a meeting, I can use that time to make sure that I'm trying to help your student get to that place. And I will let you know by this time so that you're not just wondering what's going to happen with your student's grade. So if a kid has a basketball game after school and they're leaving at 3 o'clock, I'll let a parent know that I'll contact them by 2:30 and let them know how much I was able to get done. But I will not put off my other commitments or my other responsibilities to help a kid out that's been slacking. And I just think that that's a really good life lesson. It's not done in hate, or it's not done in malice. It's not even done out of annoyance. It's just done out of, I have other responsibilities, and so I can't do this right now. I know some of you might feel this way, especially with progress reports coming up, the weather's getting nicer, and students maybe want to go on vacation for spring break or something, right? There's some need out there. I hope this video blesses those that needed it. Check out my video linked below on the importance of saying no and just how to do it. And please hit the thumbs up button or share this with anybody, because we're just trying to help people. And the more that we can get it out there, the more people we can help, and the better school gets. That's it, gang. Thanks so much for being here. Peace.